Coach, you schedule this game, the last minute, you get it in there, and you treated it like an exhibition. When I talked to you, you said, we're going to get everyone in.
That didn't happen.
It didn't happen, but you guys won it, and I know it's just an exhibition, but what is winning this game?
Well, let me just say this. The game doesn't happen unless Joey Biggs calls on last Tuesday or whatever it was and says, hey, here's what we'd like to do, and we want to come to your place. And I about dropped the phone. And I think that Illini fans are going to learn this. I've known it for a while. This is the kind of guy you got for a coach and for a staff. It's a tremendously generous thing to do. Nobody does what Brad Underwood did. Nobody does it. I mean, we've been here 100 years. First time there's been more than 3 people in this room. Okay, so, it's an unbelievably generous thing. Hopefully it helped them. I know it helped us. We played really, really well, obviously. And I did want to get everybody in. It got to when we got in the second half, I looked up and I go a long time without watching the clock in the middle of the game. And so I was really surprised when I looked up and my gosh, I can't believe we were hit by 13. And then it kind of became, I wanted to make, it really was important that these guys learn how to hang on to a win because I knew it was, to hold on to a lead. So that was what the game became. So I didn't intend to not live up to what I said, but I thought it was important for our guys. We got in quite a few guys, but not as many as I wanted.
And to get the win, I know it's an exhibition game, but to get a win against the Big Ten team.
Well, here's what I told the fellas: is that it just shows what you can do. It truly. I told them before the game, and I meant it. I said, either way, you're 0-0, and it's the same thing for the Illini. If you can learn from these things, then terrific. And if you can learn from a win, that's always better than learning from a loss. But the people don't. Kids don't. It's human nature. This is why you have coaches. Otherwise, they wouldn't need us. But our guys need to learn from this, and it'll start with Monday night because they have no idea what's coming in Monday night, and I do. And a lot of you, probably there's half of you in here that won't pay any attention to it, and you look at that score and go, oh my God. Because I know what's coming Monday night, but they don't. They'll learn. And it's just like people may be really disgruntled right now with the Illini. Shouldn't be. They're going to play real hard. The ball's going to go in for them. Just tonight, we all see things. When you're out there practicing against yourself, this is why exhibition games were never looked like this, because nobody looks good. And so you see yourself every day, you know how to play against yourself. When you see anything different, you look at it like a goat looking at a new watch. And you just stare at it and don't know what to do, and even good players do it, and they don't know why, and they have to learn. So hard though. That's why it's tough to win in the college games.
Defensively, you guys really turned it on in the second half, forced 16 turnovers. You had to be really happy with the defense.
Second half, I thought we came out and really we played hard the whole time. It wasn't nothing that we did was like it's an unfinished work for both of us. I thought both teams really, really competed, and I think that's what I that's what I wanted out of it. I wanted us to just compete and try. I thought we did.
Where did that level of energy come from? It is an exhibition game. Where did you see that tenacity, especially on defense?
Oh gosh, are you kidding? If you wait, if a team, here's the last thing I told them before the game. I said, fellas, you better go out and play them tonight because they ain't coming back next week. That's where it comes from. I mean, the guys know. We got guys from all over the place. But look, we'll play a lot of times and not all the bleachers are pulled out. Okay? This has taken a while. This team we have, I think, can be pretty good. It's taken us a little while to get it. And like I said, it's not, we're going to do lots of silly things still. But that was an environment that's a little bit different than any of them have ever seen or will get used to, where you have 3/4 of the crowd is pulling for the other squad. It's strange.
Do you think that crowd, the aggressive environment that it was, do you think that prepares you for the season opener against Nebraska?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that was why it was really a terrific thing, because I mean, the fact that we cannot prepare for the size and the strength of the Illini guys, and the same thing with Nebraska. It's just bigger, stronger guys. And so it's a great thing for us just to know what it looks like and to know that, hey, if I block out like this, if I don't really stick my back into it, I'm not going to get through. And so that's an important thing for guys to learn. And again, it's for us, it's just about trying to learn how hard you have to play.
And last year, you had always said you guys shoot the ball well, you're going to win the games. And then you get to the line 21 times tonight. Is that what you're going to want to see? Is that the type of in the line you want to see?
We had guys that made some plays. We recruited some guys that can get to the line. We were, you know how bad we were getting to the line. We were one of the worst in the country. So we talked about it a lot, and we recruited guys that can do that. So you have to do that. If you're relying, we made jump shots tonight. That's the reason it's the reason we made the run. Let's face it, that's why the ball went in. And so ours went in and theirs didn't, and that's why we made the run on them. But you can't live off that. We lived off it last year, and we were 500.
You mentioned recruiting. Beating a Big Ten team at a sold-out arena at home, what does that do for future recruiting?
I don't know. I guess it's got to be good. Better than not. I don't know. I mean, look, if you want street cred, this will give you a little bit of street cred. So obviously the recruiting aspect of it is what we're all. I mean, it's what the game's become. A little bit sadly to my thought, because I hate that you worry about what's coming in the future when you're still worried about these guys. You know, but there's no doubt that winning any games and being able to just take pictures and see a crowd like that is good.
Coach, they're down 11 points midway through the first half. They were still playing hard. What did you tell them in kind of that TV timeout? Because they really picked it up there late in the first half to stay in the game, to get back into the game.
I swear to you, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember. The only thing in the timeouts, we're just talking. You got to understand that, like, we are all still hammering out. We've had 20 practices, and we are all just trying to hammer out what we're supposed to do. We didn't think anything about their team really, because it's just. I mean, it just wasn't a. We don't have habits. You know, we've got to get our habits down, defensive and rebounding, and we have guys that aren't sure where they're going yet. So, the entire time I'm talking about our habits, taking guys out. Immediately when I saw a mistake, I would take them out just so they would learn.
You assess this element team, young team, coaching staff.
I can't. I'm the worst at watching other guys. Except, I mean, when I play, like, it happens to me all the time. Somebody will say, "How did this guy do it?" I'll say, because I'm really like myopic. But it's a great recruiting class. We all know that. It takes some time. It just does. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I'm not here to apologize for them. They don't need it. They're tough guys, and they play hard, and they're going to be good. And Brad can coach his tail off. Don't worry about it. I know that. I mean, I know how this feels. They're going to be all right. They're good.
You talk about 4 turnovers that you forced in the first half, 15 in the second. What was the change that you made?
I think we did. I do think there was one thing that we talked about at halftime where our guys on the backside were not reacting well enough. They were standing and watching. They were above the ball. They were driving it. You think about when in the first half they drove it and slung it out and made all those threes. They just stepped into wide open threes, and we didn't drop on the backside. We had a couple smart guys, and that's where experience really helps, because the guy that stole it a lot of times was Montel Goodwin, and look there, he had 4 steals. So Montel, being a senior, he is the game slows down for you a little bit, and he sees the guy driving, and then he stepped in on a couple of those passes. In the first half, those passes. So that's where it helps. There was not any magical coaching. It was a senior making.
Second half, you guys take the lead. They pull within 2. You guys make a bucket. They pull within 2. They make a bucket. Every time they made a bucket, you guys had an answer to stay ahead. And for senior league, you had trouble closing out games like that last year. To see him do it this year, it just shows how much this team has grown.
See, I look differently at it. You look at it as they score and then we come back and score, and I look at it as we're scoring and then we let. You know what I mean? Like I deal in negatives. So I'm like, hey, why can't y'all get a stop? You just got a bucket, So there's the difference. There is something to a group of guys. You see it like you just watch the World Series. Both teams, once one of them score, the other one come back and score. So that bodes well if you have those kind of guys that want to get it right back. Can't be that way all the time, and it would be nice to keep the ball out of their net, But I think we do have some pretty tough guys. And that's
What does it mean to you not only to play this game, but in the process be able to raise money for disaster relief? What does that mean to you?
I'm embarrassed that we haven't talked about that yet. I mean, this is a huge deal for us, obviously. So I don't mean to. But this, I don't know how much it'll be. I mean, it's got to be quite a bit. I know there's other games that raise more, but gosh, if it just helps a couple folks, it's got to help a couple. And I really want to. I don't do this often, but I would like to praise the NCAA for their decision making. And this is a terrific idea. It's terrific. It really is. I mean, it helps in every possible way. And that's it. I think it was whoever thought that idea up, was a very marvelous idea. And again, I hope you put it in there. I can't tell you how grateful I am for the Illini. I just think it's to go on the road. And maybe we weren't the first choice, but it was a great thing. We're having fun. Okay. I mean, here's the thing. On Monday, I'm going to talk to him. I mean, that's going to be it. So,
dang, let's
fire
go drink a beer.
Here we go. Sorry.
Coach, I forgot to ask you. Want to know what's the beer?
You want to know what the 35 pounds is doing, too. I got a lot of negative going. I got a lot of negative going on right now. Where are we going afterwards?
I got to say it.
Oh.